How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a video that many of you may have already seen, which features a white Jaguar traveling on an interstate over in Seattle, at what appears to be regular interstate speeds that winds up crashing into a group of so-called protesters that had blocked the interstate off for their Black Femme March. Now, the video was crazy. It was two women that were hit and they got sent flying into the air like rag dolls, GTA, watchdogs. It was really just a mess. I could not play that particular part of the video here, but if you want to see it, I'll link to it in the description box below. What I'm gonna play right here is some video of them streaming themselves before the actual incident happened, and then you'll hear things as they start to kind of just descend into chaos. After we get done watching that, I'll talk about what was said in the video, what any other context may be. Then I give you my 2 cents, my deep detail analysis, and then I wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Awesome. Mo actually already gave us that information.
The badge number? Okay, great.
Let me make sure it matches.
Yeah. This I haven't confirmed it yet, but they also posted the Twitter that they got the info from, so you can double check.
Okay.
And it pork chop?
So badge number 5677.
That's what I got.
Molly T. Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
And at pork chop, Brad's getting really harassed by cops. The one cop said that he was fine to keep filming, and another cop is like, they're roughing him up. I don't know roughing him up, but like fucking pressuring him
We're
off.
about to head back up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
for sure.
get her.
Yeah.
Car, everyone.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, this whole thing was just really crazy. It was a mess, but you know what? It was totally avoidable. Let's talk about how this incident happened, all right? Now, I'm reading things on Twitter. I'm reading things, different news publications. They're kind of being vague. On Twitter, you're just saying things that don't make any sense at all. One thing I see a lot is people on Twitter, on the Twitter sphere, they're saying that the police had blocked Interstate 5 I-5 off for the protesters. How does this make any sense? First of all, you're not going to block an entire interstate. You may block off portions of a neighborhood street or a city street during regular hours, not in the middle of the night. This is at 1:30 in the morning. It's a dead of night. They have no lights on. They have no high-vis vests, no nothing. They have vehicles that are like parked in the road to block it off. That's not police vehicles. It's like their cars. And it also had some just random stuff blocking off the ramp, I suppose, to that particular part of the interstate. Here's a picture I placed on the screen before you. That's not been verified, but that is pretty much what it was. That's what I'm seeing from the so-called streets. That's kind of how it was blocked off. The police have not come up with anything that says that they blocked the interstate off. All right. So it may have been blocked off, but not by the police, not officially. Now, I don't understand why anybody would think it's a good idea to block an interstate off for their little protest in the middle of the night. They have on, like I said, no high-vis vests, no lights, no nothing. You know, nobody can really see you out there. So if somebody does get on the interstate by chance, they said that he went around the barricade or went a different direction. Like he may have gone the wrong way up an off-ramp to get onto the interstate and go that way. You understand? So like, let's say the interstate is going this way and you have an off ramp going that way, which will get you off and somewhere else. Maybe he went up that to come. I don't know how he did it, but they're saying he went around the barricade and got onto the interstate. Now, at a certain point, you got to understand that can happen. You are on an interstate and you in the middle of the night, it's dark. Nobody can see you. Even if you have a car that's just stationary, if I can't see your brake lights, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how far away you are. I don't really know what's happening. And I might not even be able to see you at all because it's at night. Now, the guy was driving, black guy, by the way. They tried to say that he was a white supremacist and, you know, extreme right-wing extremist. It's like, no, that's not what it was. Just a guy driving. He's driving interstate speeds, and he probably at a certain point sees this little blockade, this makeshift blockade in the road. So he swerves around it and then unfortunately hits two protesters. They fly up in the air, ragdoll effect, PlayStation 4. It was really unfortunate. Now, luckily, nobody has died. One person has critical injuries that are life-threatening, but as of right now, today, which is Independence Day, July 4th, in the morning, they have not passed away, and the other person has serious injuries, but not life-threatening. Now, this thing could have been totally avoided. What are we doing when we block the interstate? What are we thinking about when we do something like that? I was always told by my mama to never go out into the road and just stay there because it's dangerous. You got cars flying, and definitely not on the interstate. That's the worst place to be because people are going very fast. I don't care if it's at the middle of the night, first thing in the morning, rush hour is still dangerous, okay? But if I'm going to cross a street, I gotta look both ways. I have to, even on a regular just neighborhood street where it could be one way, look both ways, make sure no cars are coming. All right, I was always told to do that. Now you got these kids, adults, whatever they want to call themselves, out there sitting on the ground. You know, they're on Facebook, they streaming. It's like, what are we doing? This is an interstate here. Cars can come. You might have had this little makeshift barrier, but what happens when somebody comes from somewhere else or they go around it? You are a sitting duck. Nobody can really see you. So this whole thing was just dumb from the very beginning. And you see this a lot all over the country, people blocking interstates. I don't understand what's the point of blocking the interstate or blocking the road. What are you going to actually accomplish? All you're going to do is inconvenience people and put yourself in danger, and also put people that are driving in danger. There was a Black Lives, quote unquote, Black Lives Matter rally in Provo, Utah. Not sure how many black folks live in Provo, Utah, but different story, I digress. They had a so-called Black Lives Matter rally there where they're blocking the road again. And somebody's trying to get through. They're not even really putting the pedal to the metal. They're just trying to inch the way through. And then somebody from the crowd, white guy, by the way, got locked up for it, produces a gun and shoots into the car twice. Now, you got other so-called protesters, really rioters, insurrectionists, general lawbreakers, drug addicts. They are there trying to block the car. This guy is firing his gun. He could have easily shot through the window and killed one of his own compatriots, one of his own comrades, as they say, over in the Pacific Northwest, over on the left coast with these Antifa type folks. You understand what I'm saying? He could have easily killed one of them, but he's just not even really, these people have no type of brain power. You're talking about the brain power of a gnat. Sub 35 IQ, barely able to function at all. Okay, but they know how to do basic, they know how to engage in chaos. They know how to pull the trigger of a gun. They know how to block the road. They know how to stab people and, you know, shoot heroin and stuff like that and do crazy things when they're dope sick trying to get the next fix. They know how to do that. So they are dumb enough to put you in danger, and that's the problem. Okay, they're not smart enough to get anything really accomplished, in my humble opinion. But maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong, because some of these riots have led to, you know, people softening their stance on police reform, talking about, oh, we got to get reform. We got to get things passed. We don't need any police reform. We don't need to do anything that these people out here are trying to get us to do. All right. If you want change to happen, don't try to block the road. Don't try to intimidate me. And for goodness sakes, don't shoot me. Don't do any of that. All right. We need to get law and order back in the country for the safety of everyone involved, for the so-called protesters, many of whom have been shot, killed, hit by cars, you know, all kind of stuff. You know, they're damaging their body with drugs. They need to protect themselves as well as us, just the regular everyday normies, just going out here, going to work, paying bills, paying taxes. We got to protect ourselves as well. Do not kowtow to the mob. All it's going to do is just continuously roll downhill from here. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think the guy that was driving the white Jaguar, the black guy, by the way, was a right-wing extremist trying to mow innocent protesters, peaceful protesters down? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. And I have an issue with calling people like that want to block the interstate and block roads in the middle of the night or any time of the day. I have an issue with calling them peaceful protesters. How are you a peaceful protester when you're blocking the interstate? All right, you impede my ability to travel, to get from point A to point B. I could have an emergency. You don't know what's going on with me. I might have to go to work or whatever. You are impeding my progress. You're not able to get to where I gotta go. You just, that's not peaceful, okay? Peaceful is things that are kind of sanctioned, and you doing things that are not getting in my way, that are not endangering me. They might call those that were out there in Provo, Utah, so-called peaceful protesters. But how are you peaceful when you pull a gun and shoot twice into a car indiscriminately? It could be kids. You don't know who's in there. It could be a pregnant lady. You could kill a baby. Luckily, I don't think anybody in the car was hit or injured at all. But what are we doing? Not only did that one guy have a gun, it was another guy that was right behind him with a big, like it might have been a 4.5. I don't know what that was. Some type of weapon you would see in the video game. It was a handgun about that big. Understand what I'm saying? So it's like, what are we really even doing? How are you going to call them so-called peaceful? They're not peaceful. These people are insurrectionists, rioters, looters, general drug addicts, general miscreants. They are menaces to our society, and we cannot kowtow to them or in any kind of way legitimize them. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.